this is Dak Xavier Josiah from A.C.M.G. I'm here today with the man himself, DJ CUTMAN, and this is his new album release party for actually, which is entitled Meow Meow and Bow Wow. We'll talk later about why that is. But this is also a Zelda-themed party, as well as a Zelda-themed album, as well as his previous album, which we're going to talk about first because I listened to the album. And matter of fact, funny story, I actually listened to it on the way up here trying to make it on time. So I figured the best type of music to go make it to this time slot is your previous one, which was entitled... how do you pronounce that?
Bagu and the Riverman?
Thank you, because the whole Bagu thing, I didn't know it would say Bagu or Bagu.
I don't really either. I've just been saying Bagu.
What went to the title of it, by the way? Where did that come from?
Well, in Zelda 2, which is one of my favorite Zelda games, but a lot of people don't like it because it's weird. It's like a side-scroller, kind of like Mario, like a platformer.
It was a weird one, just like Mario 2.
Yeah,
it was
exactly. It was a weird time for a lot of games.
Miyamoto was a very weird guy.
But, so Bagu and the Riverman are two, like, random little characters that you meet only in one scene. Bagu, like, lives in a hidden hut in the woods, and after you talk to him, you can go to the Riverman, who's, like, at a bridge, and he'll make a bridge that you can cross in the game.
Right.
So you can't move forward in the game without meeting these two people, but the people are only these little tiny one note kind of, they just say one thing and they go. So we thought, me and my friend Tron thought it would be fun to make an album that was kind of inspired by like what music those guys would be listening to.
Right.
Because they're just in their house. You turn on the cartridge, playing for hours. They're just in their house. Like, what if they were there on the cart, like actually living in the cart? What music they would be listening to, and that's what we kind of came up with. It was kind of just a weird, organic kind of thing. It just sort of came about. And it's all music from Zelda 2.
Right. And I do recognize every bit of it because I played that hard-ass game
It is
my
hard.
Damn self.
Yeah, I love it though. I'll play it all day.
And that's the thing. That was the thing about Miyamoto. He would make you want to come back for more, despite how hard this damn game is. But with that said, what actually inspired you to want to do Zelda-themed game? Produce music.
Well, the Zelda music is just so memorable, man, and like really, it holds a place in my heart, in my scissor chest. It's emotional, it's moving. It's sort of when I listen to it, it takes me back to when I was a kid, and it was a simpler time when all you worried about was like getting across that ocean and like finding the next progress. There wasn't any of this worry about paying bills or going to the job or doing this. It was like a simpler time. When I listen to the music for the game, it kind of puts me in that place.
It's funny you said that because it puts everybody who I've heard listen to this album in a place. And it really, again, it's an unskippable beat. I highly recommend you guys pick that up. It's so good. One of my favorite songs is I Am Era.
Oh, yeah.
And Overworld. Oh, my God. That is just like, it just puts you in a place. I feel like I'm in a damn Scott Pilgrim movie. For God's sake. And it's just so good. But it's not only just those two, but it's the entire album itself. It's a very good album. And God, how did you get authorized to be able to do this?
Well, here's the thing with that and with my label Game Chops is they're not sampled. Like, we don't lift the audio directly from the game. Sometimes when I make beats, I do that and I put them out on the internet for free. But what we do with Game Chops, that album was the first one actually, is we're basically treating it like a cover song.
Okay.
And we're remaking it with chiptune sound, so it sounds like the original. Right. But what's actually going on is we're rewriting all the parts, and then we're calling up Nintendo or whoever the publisher of the game is like, listen, we did a cover song of the music, and there's the Zelda Symphony, there's the Gamer Symphony Orchestra, there's a lot of people who are playing this music, and it's all treated as a cover song.
Right.
So we just, like any of those other guys, we can just call up the publisher and be like, hey, we have a cover song, it's this long, we want to sell it on iTunes, can we do it? And up until this point, they've all been like, yeah. And so a portion of the sales from the game actually go back to the game company.
I was granted. I was going to ask about that too. So luckily, in my mind, it would have been pictured like the Wizard of Oz, where you had to go to Miyamoto himself in his big, huge, Hyrule-like.
I would do that. I would do that. I would need a weapon.
All right. So this now brings up to the new title, Meow Meow and Bow Wow. Let's talk about that and what does that entail?
Meow Meow and Bow Wow it's similar to Bagu and the Riverman. It's a tribute to Link's Awakening, the Game Boy. And
it's one of my favorite Zelda titles of all time.
It's my favorite. Yeah, it's
every version of that one.
Yeah, it's so good. And it was later re-released for the Game Boy Color as Link's Awakening DX, which we actually have it there at the party, which is tons of fun, and people are making good progress on it too, which is nice to see. But it's 7 tracks now, so it's 2 more tracks than Bagu and the Riverman, and that's because the game was bigger, and for me and Spamtron personally, that game is really near and dear to the heart. We both love Zelda 2, and we wanted to give it some presence, some representation in the remix world with Bagu and the Riverman. but Link's Awakening, man, that music really spoke to me and really stuck with me, and Spam-Tron, who I collaborated with.
Right.
So we couldn't just do 5 songs, we had to do a few more.
Right.
And it's named Meow Meow and Bow Wow, which are 2 non-player characters that exist as small little pieces.
Which strangely, they did look like the characters from a Super Mario Brothers.
Yeah, I know. I mean, Bow Wow looks like a chain chomp, but Meow Meow calls him her dog. So the original title of the album was actually The Story of Madame Meow Meow and Bow Wow, her dog. And I was like typing that out into iTunes, and I was like, that's too much to deal with. So we just shortened it up. But yeah, Meow Meow and Bow Wow. Meow Meow owns Bow Wow, which is a chain shop that you need to get. You need to take Bow Wow on a walk.
I love that part.
To get into the swamp.
Just stick them everywhere on every monster.
It's so awesome. It's so awesome. So again, little characters that you cannot proceed without. And we're sort of like paying respects to those little guys, and also sort of reimagining the Link's Awakening world in a new way musically.
And I'm telling you, we just heard the album that he just performed in there. You'll see the footage and everywhere. It rocks. It totally rocks. It's like something that you could just, brainstorm into, or you could run in the street too, or you could really go in your own version of your own adventure too. So I highly recommend you definitely get this title. It's really good. So what other projects are you involved in right now as well?
Oh, well, there's so much going on. There's always so much going on. But the one thing I'm really looking forward to is my buddy Absurdist has a Mega Man album. He was DJing.
He was also DJ. We got footage of him too. You'll see that.
So we're working on a Mega Man album called Boss Beats, which will be coming out on Game Chops soon. Yes, remixes of Boss themes.
The first thing, let me cut that real quick, because the first thing that I actually heard when I listened to the albums is there's a sense of Capcom theme in there.
Well, I love Capcom, man.
So
always.
I couldn't help but to hear a little bit of a Mega Man-esque type of sound to it. So when I heard this, I was hoping that you would absolutely do a Mega Man theme or Mega Man 2, whichever you go first.
We have a few Mega Man things in the pipeline, but Boss Beats is really close to being done.
Okay.
And yeah, just can't wait for that. We also have a Disco House Sonic album coming out by a newcomer who I believe lives in Italy. So there's a European guy, produces like this awesome disco house. Really like organic feeling, live instrumentation, but like also like sort of a techno house.
Okay.
Kind of reminds you of like Daft Punk, like the Discovery era, which I love that music. And I heard one track he did called Bad Nick's Delight on SoundCloud. And I messaged him, I was like, oh my god, I love this song. I just listened to it for like 3 days straight, like just that song.
Right.
Like just giving him like 1,000 plays just on my computer. And then I sent him a message, or he sent me a message actually, be like, hey, do you want to do a remix album? And I was like, please, I'll just release an album that'll just be Bad Nick's Delight, like for 10 tracks, and that'll be the whole thing. But he was like, no. So he whipped up like 8 Sonic remixes, going all the way back to Sonic 1 and all the way up to Sonic Adventure games.
Right.
So it's a nice little spectrum of Sonic stuff. So,
Very cool.
And in a style that I really like it, don't hear enough of it.
Yeah.
So that's really exciting as well.
Very cool. Now, the question that I think...
That's an exclusive. I haven't told anybody about that album yet.
There you go.
You heard it here first.
ACMG exclusive, people. So the question I think people are going to ask when they see the footage of you working your thing, where'd you get the costume from?
Oh, the costume.
This is badass. It's like
The costume
Mega
actually-
Man Road Warriors.
The helmet's in there, but man.
Oh, don't see the footage.
Oh yeah, okay, good. Yeah, I don't want to pull a dead mouse and like pass out. But the costume, at least this part of the costume, was made by my friend Amelia Soul, and she has been making costumes for years and is cosplay famous, if that's a thing. She was like the friend who I knew who like really gave damn about making awesome costumes, and I was like, listen, I've been doing this DJ thing. I've been wearing a skateboard helmet with a record tape to the front. I want to update my look. And she was like, I have a bunch of this foam laying around. Maybe I can cut you out of something out of the foam.
Right.
So what she did originally was create like Pepsi bottles or like some sort of soda bottles, wrap them in foam and paint them red and silver. And gave them to me. And that's not these.
Right.
But after I had those on, and I was playing gigs with these like foam Coke bottle gauntlet things.
Yeah.
I was like hooked. I was like, we need more armor, we need a bigger thing. And like when I got into DJing, it was like a really hard time in my life, and I didn't really want my face or myself like out there. I wanted to kind of hide, but I also wanted to play this music for people. So the easiest way
Almost
for
a
me
Batman type of mentality. So almost.
yeah, it's like I have to do this because I have to bring justice and video game music to the world.
Excellent. Thank you.
But at the same time, I don't want to personally be like, hi, I'm Chris, let me DJ with my laptop.
Right.
So I coped with this undeniable like want to get video game music out there, and this very serious not wanting to put myself out there. But I like putting on the armor. But I like sort of covering myself up. And that's still what I want to do, because when I'm up there, it's not about me. I mean, anyone could be Cutman.
Right.
The point is, you're sharing the music you love. You're representing something that is true and near and dear to your heart. And you're not. I'm not doing this kind of stuff because I'm not doing it for any reason other than I absolutely love it and I absolutely want to share it. Like, that's it. It's loving and sharing, and that's why I started this thing, and that's what keeps me doing it. I'd play to, you know, there's a bunch of people in there, but if there weren't, I'd still be in there sharing my music and having a great time, you know?
That rocks completely. That's the perfect philosophy and a mindset that an artist should have.
Thanks.
You know, first and foremost for anything, you always remember that, people. When you just do it, don't do it just for the money. If you get the money, that's a good thing, but
the money is a result of you doing something that is good,
right,
I guess.
But it shouldn't be the starter or the end of it all, you know? Which, all right, let's bring up one more thing. How did you get the name DJ CUTMAN?
Oh, I was working in a recording studio years and years ago, engineering hip-hop and rap music, mostly vocals. So rappers would come in, they'd give me a CD of beats, we put the beats in the computer, they'd rap, and then if there was, you know, coughing or muttering or stuttering, we cut that stuff out. You know, we cut it out. So I had a habit or a knack, I guess, for cutting really close, really right on the mark by eye. Like, it'd be like, oh, there's like a cough here, you know, Brandon, open and shut the door real quick and you can hear it, so we got to cut that out on the verse and this, that, and the other thing. And one of my clients was sitting next to me while I was working. Man, you quick cut, man. Cut that cut, man. And I was like, I like that. And the name stuck. And we didn't even start as a Mega Man reference. It started as literally like the way that I was working. Like, and now when I make remixes of beats and sample my own stuff or create new stuff, a lot of my workflow is based on removing pieces of the sound, cutting. So
and making it its own sound of itself.
Yeah, exactly. By like removing and cutting and rearranging, you can create something. It sounds like the original, but it's something completely new.
Right.
Yeah. So.
And your logo was done. Was that looks like an Adam Shoot original?
Oh, no, I did that.
You did that?
I did too.
That was very hot.
That's like the only piece of pixel art I've ever done. I've hacked other people's, like my website's great, but done by a guy named Scattle. And he sent me all the PSTs, and I had to go into Photoshop and like tweak stuff and move stuff around and get the shit to work. Yeah, that whole piece of pixel art was that, and it was because
you just ran with it.
I was like, I want the helmet from the end of Mega Man 4 or 2. I think it was 4. It might be 2. Anyway, I want the helmet.
No, I think it's 2 because I beat 2.
Yeah, and that's where he takes off the helmet.
Yes.
And that's not the song either. That was terrible.
That will not be in a future album, by the way. I'm just going to point it out.
Somebody's going to see this video and sample that. Auto-tune it, push it up an octave.
Yeah.
There you go. Hits. But yeah, I don't know. I was like, I want the helmet, but I want the ear things to be headphones, and it's got to have a system. So I just did it. I don't know. I did it. And
it's pretty cool.
Changed at all, actually.
No, I love it.
Design. It's like the same thing, same kind of distortion on the scissor part because of wherever the hell I got that, made that thing. I want to clean it up, but I never have. And I don't know. It's kind of, it has, that logo has the kind of showed to me the symbol of like, if you set up something with the right reasons and the right motivation,
it really,
And like I said, Cutman was like something that I was doing entirely for myself. I wanted to hear the music, I wanted to share the music. I wasn't thinking I would do gigs or that I would ever make it this far, actually. I just wanted to do it for me, and that's when I designed that logo in that mindset, and it's, I don't know, it's held up for me.
Yeah, and it's such a cool, subtle type of logo that it imprints in people's head. You can't forget it. And that's exactly what you need to do as a graphic designer. Myself, you know, that's the tools that you need. You need that logo that will imprint on people's mind. That you know, maybe that branding type of feel that you know who that is. You know what to expect from it.
Yeah.
So everything, I absolutely love everything that you have from it. The artwork on the album is really good, and that's Tron Bonne.
She's in there right now, live painting.
We actually did get some footage of her. I actually did a short interview with her as well. She is very awesome. Wait till you guys see what she does. It's tremendous. You got everything working for you right now, and the rest of the crew in there that I met in there. And,
so awesome.
These guys rock. All you guys rock. I highly recommend you guys get this album.
Hey! That's DJ Supersonic.
Oh, there you go. There's just talent everywhere in this neighborhood. So I highly recommend that you definitely get Meow Meow and Bow Wow and all of his other cuts as well and all of his other albums. Where can they find you at?
Music.gamechops.com is the best way to go and take a look at all the albums. You can also get some of my free to download original stuff at music.djcutman.com. So DJCUTMAN.com, GameChops.com. I put like a little thing about the white with the link. And also, you know, you find me on Facebook and SoundCloud. SoundCloud.com/DJCutman and SoundCloud.com/GameChops. I'm on YouTube too, but I'm super awkward on YouTube because I just got a hard drive. I can export videos, but I'm like still real nervous. I'll export a music video that's just like the art, and then I'll watch it and I'll be like, oh, no, maybe I should do some animation.
Right.
But yeah.
Well, no doubt. Thank you for having me over here. Thank you for having an A.C.M.G crew with you. Thank you for being part of the group.
Watching.
Keep up the good work, man, and I look forward to seeing what's next. Definitely. Take care.
Me too.
This is Dax Avery Josiah from A.C.M.G with DJ CUTMAN. We out. We going back in.
Yeah.
Deuces.